What's going on, guys? Mexa14 here, and today let's talk about gaming chairs. So I've been using this Costco executive office chair for the past number of years now, and lately I found that the bottom cushion has totally given way, and I could feel the plywood on the seat of it, and it's just so uncomfortable. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pony up and buy a new office/gaming chair. So I've been doing my research over the past few weeks to try to get something that I'm gonna be comfortable for the next few years with, because I mean, who wants to go spend a bunch of money every few years just to get a comfortable office chair? So in my research and watching a lot of other YouTubers, it seems that DXRacer, those are a really popular gaming chair right now. So up until a few weeks ago, I never really looked into a DXRacer chair. So I did a bit of research, and I gotta be honest, DXRacer chairs, they're just not my thing visually. I'm not a car guy, and it's a car chair. I guess I question, are gamers really into cars? I don't know. I'm guessing that DXRacer chairs, they got their start in the, I guess, gaming scene with racing sims, and from there I gotta, give props to their marketing team to turn a racing chair into I guess a thing that gamers really appreciate, because it seems a lot of YouTubers, they're also, I don't know if they're sponsored by DXRacer, but you see DXRacer prominently in their setups because it's right on the headrest, DXRacer. So I thought, I'm gonna check out a DXRacer chair. So I went to a local big box store that sell DXRacer chairs, and what I found was they have a whole bunch of sizes of chairs. So trying to find the right size, it's pretty tough. I'm a 6-foot guy, about 165 pounds, pretty slim, and they're comfortable chairs, but I couldn't find something that really fit. It really hugged me in a, not an uncomfortable way, but I mean, they're great chairs. I'm not gonna diss DXRacer at all. But I've been using a Herman Miller Aeron chair for the past, I don't know, maybe 8 years at work. I have, this Herman Miller chair at work, and it is by far the most comfortable chair. I've never, when you don't consider something or you don't think about it, think about discomfort, you know you have a winner. So I'm thinking in my head, I really want to get a Herman Miller Aeron, but those things are $1,000 Canadian. And I mean, if you got the cash to spend like $1,000 for an office chair, then go for it. Because I mean, the health benefits, not having a sore back, I think it's totally worth it. So while I have DXRacer in the back of my head, I really wanted the Herman Miller Aeron, because it's a mesh chair, and it totally conforms to your body. If you haven't sat in a Herman Miller Aeron, do it. You're doing yourself a disservice by not giving yourself the opportunity. Because I find the Aeron by far more comfortable than the DXRacer chair. So if you're in the market for a new chair and you're currently a DXRacer guy, definitely check out the Herman Miller Aeron. So yes, again, I didn't want to spend $1,000, so I thought, okay, well, my best shot is to buy this chair used. So I looked at the used market, looked at Craigslist, and there's a lot of competitive pricing on Craigslist. You could pick one up for $350 Canadian easily. And the nice part about the Herman Miller, it comes in 3 sizes, A, B, and C, which is small, medium, and large. And the only thing that I don't really care for with that Aeron is the lip of the chair. It's plastic. So while I'm at work, I don't really lounge in the chair. When I'm at home, I like to kick my feet up, and with that plastic lip, it's kind of uncomfortable. So I thought, it's kind of a toss-up right now. I want something that's going to be super comfortable that I'm really happy with, especially if I'm going to be spending that kind of money. But again, if you're buying a chair used for $350, I think that's a really reasonable price. Being the DXRacer chairs, the ones that I saw, they start at $500 and go upwards. And I figured if I'm going to buy a DXRacer chair, I want the king size, because watching a lot of dudes on YouTube, the bigger guys are saying the king all the way. And then the DXRacer chair, they had the I guess like the head pad pillow and the lumbar support pillow, which a lot of guys were just tossing to the side. So I thought, well, if you're tossing these pillows to the side, you know, how good is this chair? I don't know. Again, I'm not dissing DXRacer, but I just question if a lot of this is just marketing. So in my search, I came across the Herman Miller Embody chair. And a lot of people are raving about the Embody chair, and that is an $1,800 chair. Again, Canadian, whatever the conversion is. So yeah, looking at the used market for the Herman Miller Embody, those were going for around between $600 and $700. So I thought, well, if this is a great chair, I don't want to spend that kind of money, but again, the health benefits, I think that's something that's worth it. If I'm going to spend my money on something, I don't want something that's just marketing hype. I want something that is really functional and is going to get the job done, that I'm going to have for the next 10 years plus. And another benefit that for myself of the Herman Miller chairs, they're really modern chairs, and I really like modern furniture. I found a store in my hometown that sells the Embody chair. So I went down, I checked it out. It's a really cool looking chair, really modern looking chair. And to me, that's what a gamer chair should look like. I don't know, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and I'm thinking, if my chair, I want it to look like the Enterprise captain's chair. And to me, when I look at a Herman Miller chair, I'm like, yeah, that's the future. I want that in my office. So anyway, so I sit down in the Embody chair, and it's a really weird chair. It's not cushy, it's not pillowy like an executive style office chair. It's not even as pillowy as the Herman Miller Aeron. Spoiler alert, I ended up going with the Herman Miller Aeron, the Herman Miller Embody chair, just because as I said, I've used the Aeron for the past 8 years, so I wanted something different. I wanted to try something out that was different than what I currently had or have been using. So I went with the Embody chair, and it is a super comfortable chair. The first week I had it, I was like, I don't know. It takes a lot of dialing in to get the right fit and the right feel of the chair. The only complaint that I have with my chair, with the Embody, I didn't get the upgraded fabric. I have the base grade fabric, and it's not as pillowy and as soft, so I'm not by no means is the seat hard, but it's stiff. It's not as soft as I would have liked it. Like the Aeron, it's mesh. You don't feel like you're sitting on it. It almost feels like you're floating. Whereas this, you definitely feel like you're on something, but it's by no means uncomfortable. So I ended up getting a smoking deal on my Herman Miller Embody chair, and this is my advice to you guys. So I was looking at the used market, Craigslist and such, and it occurred to me, at my job, we all use Herman Miller Aeron chairs, so I thought I'm gonna email our admin person who looks after getting all of our office furniture and ask her if we would sell one of our extra chairs. And in doing so, she came back to me and she told me, no, we don't sell our chairs to employees. However, I could put you in touch with our supplier. So from there, she gave me the supplier's number, and I phoned him up and I said, yeah, I'm looking for an Embody chair, or an Aeron, a Herman Miller Aeron. And he goes to me, oh yeah, we got all kinds of chairs. We have Steelcase, we have Herman Miller. So come down and try one out and I'll sell it to you. I'm like, yeah, sweet. So I go down there, and he has two Embody chairs waiting for me, one black one and one white one, and a bunch of the Aeron chairs, and had Steelcase chairs. He had the Leap. He didn't have the Gesture, unfortunately. I really wanted to try the Gesture, and he had some other fancy brands. So right when I saw the white Embody chair, I was like, oh, well, that's the shit right there. I want that one. I sat down in it. Yeah, everything worked. Everything was good. I said, how much? And he goes, well, do you know what? I'll give you a deal. I'll give it to you for $350 Canadian. I'm like, no way. It's sold. Done. So that would be my advice to you guys if you guys have the opportunity, if you work for an employer who has a lot of, I guess, high-end office stuff. Ask to talk to their supplier, and maybe you could get a deal there, because there's no chance that I could even afford an $1,800 chair. I'd love to. Again, for the health benefits, I'm not looking at this as a prestige thing. Your health is paramount. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. In my eyes, you got to keep yourself lean and nimble. So that's all I got for you guys today. In the comments below, if anybody's using DXRacer chairs, let me know how you find the comfort of those chairs. Do you guys think it's marketing hype, or if they're the real deal? Anybody using the Herman Miller Aeron or Embody chairs, how are you liking those chairs? How are they working out for you guys? Do you think spending that kind of money is worth it for a gaming chair? If you like this video, leave me a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, because it really helps me out. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.